motion in two dimension or motion in a plane. So the very first thing what we have to understand here is, suppose a particle is located at one point. First of all, we should know about the coordinate axis system. So when you consider the coordinate axis system and the particle is moving from one point to another point, then its coordinates changes, x coordinate as well as y coordinate, x2, y2, changed from x1, y1 to x2, y2. But when you consider motion in a straight line, only one axis will be there, either x or y or z. So there is only change in one coordinate, either x or y or z. But here, now if you consider there is a change in two coordinates. So there is a displacement along x and there is a displacement along y. So that the net displacement will become delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. So there are two displacements. That is what the main difference. And similar way, the velocity also, if you consider, there are two velocities. One is delta x by delta t I cap plus delta y by delta t j cap. This is average velocity and this is along x-axis and this is along y-axis. So there are two component of velocities. Similarly, dx by dt I cap plus dy by dt j cap. So here this is x component, this is y component. So the first one is average and this one is instantaneous velocity. Similarly, acceleration is also two components will be there, ax I cap plus ay j cap. And acceleration is also two types, average acceleration as well as instantaneous acceleration. So you need to understand what is the difference. So motion in one dimension means one displacement, one velocity, one acceleration. But motion in two dimension means two components of displacement, velocity as well as acceleration. That is the thing you need to remember. Now after this, when you consider simple question, see here. A particle is moving such that its position coordinates are initially 2, 3 and then after 2 seconds it became 6, 7 and at 5 seconds it is like this. Then average velocity vector from 0 to 5. So from 0 to 5, first you find displacement. So what is the displacement? Final minus initial. Final position is 13, initial is 2. So 13 minus 2, 11 I cap plus 14 minus 3, that is 11 j cap. So this is the displacement and time is 0 to 5 means 5 seconds. Then average velocity means displacement by time. So that 11 by 5 I cap plus 11 by 5 j cap. So option D will come. So such kind of simple questions will come. But sometimes the questions will depend upon the vectors also. Like you must know about the vectors. In simple manner, I'll tell you. First thing, if there is a vector, now you can divide into two components along two perpendicular direction. And in one direction, if you know the angle, means if you know the angle with one direction, then in that, if the vector magnitude A, then component is A cos theta. And in perpendicular direction, component is A sin theta. That is what you need to understand. Now, one more thing, if two vectors are there, A and B, having magnitude AB at an inclination theta, then resultant is R square equal to A square plus 2AB cos theta. And the resultant will be in between them. And if it is making alpha angle with A, then tan alpha equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So this is the resultant and resolution of two vectors. Also product of vectors will be there. Dot product and cross product. And dot product means A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta and A bar cross B bar equal to AB sin theta. You must know how to find A bar dot B bar. Like I coefficient into I coefficient, J coefficient into J coefficient plus K coefficient into K coefficient. Similar way, you should know the cross product. You will take determinant and you will find the cross product. Like this, you will take the determinant I minus j k. Then here you will write second row coefficients of A, third row coefficients of B. Now, after this, let's take one example. See here, the position vector of a particle is r equal to a cos theta I cap plus a sin theta j cap. The velocity vector of the particle is. So they are asking about the velocity vector. So here, r bar, what they have given? R bar is, what they have given? A cos theta plus b sin theta. So R bar is A cos omega t I cap plus B sin omega t j cap. Then velocity means rate of change of displacement, that is position. If you go for differentiation, it will become minus A omega sin omega t I cap plus B omega cos omega t j cap. Now if you take the dot product, you will get 0. So the dot product is, sorry, here both are A. I took B. No, this also A. So the dot product will come out to be 0. How do you find the dot product? Here I coefficient into here I coefficient. Here J coefficient into here J coefficient. So both vectors dot product 0 means, that is RV cos theta, AB cos theta 0. That means cos theta 0, that is theta how much? 90 degrees. If two vectors are perpendicular, then their dot product must be always 0. So which option will come here? Perpendicular to position vector. So that way the questions can come based on the motion in a plane. Simple basic questions. And next, when you consider about motion in a plane, the next important thing is projectile motion. So projectile motion means, in a simple manner, I'll tell you, this is horizontal, let's say ground, and this is vertical line perpendicular to ground. Now you throw the body at an angle theta with the horizontal at a speed u, then it will go up and come down like this. And this kind of path, what we call it as parabolic path. And this motion, what we call it as projectile motion. And here one point you should understand, that as it is moving between horizontal and vertical, you should divide the motion into two directions separately. Like if you consider initial velocity, initial x velocity u cos theta, initial y velocity u sin theta. And at any point, the acceleration along x is 0, the acceleration along y is g, because that is due to gravity. So there is no acceleration along x. So if you consider x direction, motion is uniform motion, velocity constant, acceleration 0. If you consider y direction, velocity changing, but acceleration remains constant. So what kind of motion? Uniformly accelerated motion. So that is the difference between the motion along x-axis and y-axis. Now if you consider the particle, it will reach the maximum height and come down and hit the same level at particular point. So this is called maximum height, and this is called range, the horizontal displacement covered, and this is ascending time, this is descending time, and total time. Similar formulas comes like motion under gravity, like upward motion. But here there are two motions are performing at a time. Now such questions, everything. See, if it is formula based question, then apply the formula. Otherwise, you need to apply either x direction or y direction, any one direction to solve the question. And few points we need to discuss regarding the projectile motion. Let's take a look at it. A body projected with certain velocity making an angle other than 90 degrees to the horizontal is known as projectile. Yes. So you should project such that the angle with horizontal should be less than 90. Then we call it as projectile motion or oblique projectile motion. If the angle is 90 degrees means you are throwing up, then it will become upward motion. So here it should be thrown at some angle like this. Now path of the projectile or trajectory is parabola. Because if you derive the relation between x coordinate and y coordinate, it will come like y depends on x like x square. So if the term is variable is having power 2, then the variation is called, or path is called, or trajectory is called parabola. So remember that also. Now if a body is projected at an angle theta to the horizontal with an initial velocity u, its horizontal component u cos theta. See here, when you take the projectile motion like this, sorry. So the particle is going like this. At any point, at every point, the particle velocity, which velocity? Horizontal component remains constant, but vertical component keep on changes. Initially decreases, and at highest point, the vertical component will become zero, just like upward motion. And while coming down again, it will increase, so that when it reaches with the same velocity. Horizontal component u cos theta and vertical component u sin theta. That is what they are mentioning in this point. And with respect to the origin, the position of particle after time t is given by, see here. If you project the body, it will go like this. Now after some time, there is one y displacement, there is one x displacement. X displacement, if you consider along x direction, acceleration 0, so velocity remains constant. So the displacement will become only velocity into time. But y direction, it is having some acceleration and you are throwing up and acceleration downward. That's why acceleration for vertical direction will become minus g. So ut plus half at square formula. Because constant acceleration. So uniformly accelerated motion. Now, for the vertical motion, projectile is like a body projected vertically up with velocity u sin theta. Yes. That's why, see here, I'll show you here. See, if you throw a body up with a velocity u, the ascending time, descending time equal to u vertical by g, nothing but u by g. And total time of flight is 2uy by g, nothing but 2u by g. And maximum height is u y square by 2g. Same here also in case of projectile motion, time of ascending and descending, if you consider, vertical velocity is u sin theta. So that u sin theta by g. And maximum height is u square sin square theta by 2g. And apart from this, there also range comes. Range means the horizontal displacement covered. That will become 2ux uy by g, or else u square sin 2 theta by g. So try to remember all these formulas, basic formulas. So projectile is a body subjected to constant acceleration such that its velocity and direction of motion both change during its motion. Yes, the direction keep on changes. The angle of instantaneous velocity also keep on changes. Like, let's take, see, first thing, when there is a projectile, so a projectile is there. So it went like this and came. Now at any one point, what is the position? R bar means that is x I cap plus y cap j cap. X means u cos theta I cap. Y is u sin theta minus half gt square. And if you take both this as x and this as y, and from here t value equal to x by u cos theta, you substitute in this equation, then you will get this equation y equal to tan theta into x minus g by 2u square cos square theta into x square. It is like in the form of ax minus bx square. So your maximum power of variable is power 2. That's why what kind of path? Parabolic path. Now, so they can ask question based on this one. So if they give the equation of trajectory, then x coefficient you have to equate to tan theta, x square coefficient you have to equate it to g by 2u square cos square theta. And if they ask, suppose after some time, what is the x velocity, what is the y velocity, or what is the instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous velocity will become vx square plus vy square, because two perpendicular components. But here vx remains constant, same as initial, but vy keep on changes. So vy equal to uy plus ay into t, where ay is minus g. Uy is Initial vertical velocity u sin theta, this one. Then resultant means this one, as I said. Now angle made by resultant velocity with the horizontal at any instant. They can ask this also. See here. Here initially the angle is theta, but as it is going up, the velocity keep on changes at one instant. Let's take the instantaneous velocity direction is making an angle alpha. Then tan alpha will become Vy by Vx. So remember this formula where Vy Vx already we defined. Now the velocity v of the body when it is at a height h. So when it is at a height h, then x component remains same, but y component means vy square minus uy square equal to 2ay into s. So that you will get the vy. Then you can find the velocity. In terms of displacement also you can find it. Because here in terms of time we found it. Now, as I said, these are the formulas: maximum height, total time of flight, and horizontal range. And you can find the relation between the range and maximum height, that is r equal to 4h cot theta, where theta is angle of projection or projectile angle. Now, if you take another point, the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight is called horizontal range. Now horizontal range equal to horizontal component of velocity into time, because horizontal range nothing but horizontal displacement nothing but velocity into time, because acceleration is 0. That is what here comparison they are asking. For same h, see, for two different projectiles with different speeds and different angles, suppose maximum height is same, then the condition is this one, because h equal to u square by 2g. So, u square sine square theta by 2g, that is same. That is same means u square sine square theta should remain constant. So, here actually square should come. Now, similarly, in case of range also, same thing. Where you consider range, that is u square sine 2 theta by g. So, that here under root, it is correct. This way they can ask about the comparison based questions. Now let's take few more points. For a given velocity of projection, horizontal range of a projectile is same for angles of projection theta 1 and theta 2. See, if two angles are there, one is 30, one is 60, then the range must be same for both of them. That is what we call it as complementary angles. So range is same for complementary angles. So R is same for what angles? Complementary angles. That means the sum of both angles should be equal to how much? 90 degrees. And whatever we are telling range, that range will become maximum at particular angle of projection, that is theta equal to 45. So the maximum range will become u square by g. Now, if a man can throw an object to a maximum horizontal range r, so this is the maximum range he can throw, then the maximum height he can throw vertically up. What is the maximum height formula? U square by 2g. So here range is u square by g, this is half. So r by 2. So this way simple questions will come based on simple conditions, based on simple things. So please just try to understand the question, and these are all questions only. I have given like a points and I am discussing so that you can apply to the question similar kind of. Now, see, sometimes they will give the question based on, as I said, the equation of motion or equation for projectile motion, like y equal to ax minus bx square. That is what here they have given. Now, from this equation, they can ask what is the angle of projection. So, as x coefficient is tan theta, so that is tan theta equal to a. So, theta equal to tan inverse a. And from here, you can also find range. So, the range formula is a by b. Maximum height, time of flight. You can remember all. No, sir, we will do it directly means it's your wish. You can remember the formula. Or sometimes they will ask the question based on in terms of this AB also. What is the range? What is the height? What is the time of flight? Such kind of questions also they can ask. Now, sometimes they will give the question based on x displacement separately, y displacement separately they will give. See, like here x value in terms of t, y value in terms of t they will give. Then velocity of projection means first you have to find x velocity, v x equal to dx by dt. Then y component, that is dy by dt. First you find it. Like here a, and this is b minus 2ct. Now after this, they are asking velocity of projection is under root a square plus b square. Velocity of projection means, see, vx means nothing but ux. So u cos theta. Ux is nothing but what? U cos theta. So u cos theta value is how much? A. Now vy means what? U sin theta minus gt. So if you compare u sin theta place, what is there? B, and in place of g, what is there? 2c. So if you compare like this, then you can find it. So what is the first one they are asking? Velocity of projection. Velocity of projection means that is u value. So u value means, see, this is u cos theta, this is u sin theta. Square both sides and add. Then u square, if you take common, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So a square plus b square. So u will become what? Under root a square plus b square. Similarly, angle of projection. So divide both equations. U sin theta by u cos theta, that is tan theta, that is b by a. So this way you can find it. But here a little bit reverse they are given. So please change it. Acceleration of the projectile. Acceleration is g. How much? 2c. Then maximum height, just before we already found it. Maximum height, what it is? uy square by or u sin theta whole square by 2g. Horizontal range, that is horizontal range is 2 into u cos theta into u sin theta by g, or else u square sin 2 theta by g. So this way you can understand the questions. So they can give the questions like this also. Now, as I said, just here I have given like point, just remember the physical quantities which remain constant throughout the projectile motion is, one is acceleration due to gravity, one is horizontal component of velocity, and total energy. What energy the projectile will have? Kinetic energy. As it is going up, velocity decreases, kinetic energy decreases. While coming down, velocity increases, kinetic energy increases, but total energy remains constant. Now, the physical quantities which change during projectile motion. One is speed and velocity. Speed changes as well as velocity changes. Obviously, velocity changes means linear momentum also changes. Now, sorry, just before I said total energy means not only kinetic energy, potential energy also. As it is going up, kinetic energy decreases, potential energy increases. While coming down, kinetic energy increases and potential energy decreases. But at every point, total energy remains constant. So potential energy changes, kinetic energy also changes. And direction of motion, that keep on changes. And vertical component of velocity. Horizontal component remains constant, but vertical component keep on changes. And angle between direction of motion and acceleration due to gravity changes from 90 plus theta to 90 minus theta. Now here is a list of formula. So once again I have given the formula. Just try to remember each and every formula. One is for range, one is for maximum height, where we are projecting the body with an angle such that one angle is theta and another angle is 90 minus theta with the same velocities. What kind of angles we call them as? Complementary angles. So for complementary angles, what is same? Range is same. R1 equal to R2. But if you consider maximum height, they are different, and the relation between the maximum heights and the range. For which two angles? For any two complementary angles. Similarly, the corresponding time of flight relation also you can find it, where T1, T2 equal to 2R by G. And one more relation, if theta is angle of projection, R is horizontal range, T is time of flight, and H is maximum height, then you can make the relation between them. See, how to make this relation is nothing but manipulation of equations. You add them, you subtract them, you divide them, you multiply them, you square one of them, whatever you do, but try to manipulate and get a relation according to the options they have given. That is called manipulation, which is very important in physics. So please try to understand all these things. Now, let's study about the horizontal projectile motion. Let's see what kind of questions will come based on that. Now, let's take the horizontal projectile motion. That means projectile motion from certain height. So consider, suppose there is a tower or building having height h. Now you are throwing the body with an initial velocity u horizontally, so that it reaches the ground at a particular horizontal displacement, that is called range. And here also at every point, horizontal velocity remains constant. That is, initial is u, at every point also same. But vertical velocity keep on increases, where initial vertical velocity is 0, and at any point the vertical velocity is gt, because v equal to u plus at, where acceleration is g, as it is coming down plus g, and uy is 0. And at any point instantaneous velocity, if you consider, it makes some angle with horizontal, tan alpha equal to same like vy by vx. And in both the projectile motion, sometimes they will also ask what is the change in linear momentum, that is mass into change in velocity, where initial velocity means ux I cap plus uy j cap, final velocity means vx I cap plus vy j cap. Of course, ux and vx remain same. So the change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity, which will come minus gt in case of projectile motion. So that you try to understand. So here one more thing, the time taken to reach the ground, that t equal to under root 2h by g, which is same like free fall. So from certain height, you drop a body, you project horizontally, both reaches the ground simultaneously, but at different points. And what is the range? So range will become horizontal displacement. So horizontal velocity into time. So time is root 2h by g. So that is what you need to understand. So here, if you take the first point, if a body is projected horizontally from certain height h with velocity u, its path would be parabola. Again, same thing. Because it is also a projectile motion. So it is coming down, so slowly bending. And here also equation of motion is like y proportional to x square. And here also horizontal component remains constant throughout the body. And if a body is projected horizontally, it is like a freely falling body in vertical motion. That's why time of flight was same as I mentioned. And the horizontal displacement at any time is ut, and the vertical displacement half gt square. Because vertical velocity initially it is 0. So after some time displacement means ut plus half at square, u0, so half gt square. So if you remove time from both the equations, and this is called equation of trajectory. And here also resultant velocity is under root vx square plus vy square. So Vx equal to u, Vy equal to gt, I mentioned already, and angle made by velocity at any instant is Vy by Vx. So based on all these things, they can ask question. And one well-known example is like, suppose one helicopter is traveling at a particular height. Now it dropped a particular bomb, then it will travel like this. To hit the target, what should be the initial velocity? Or if this much of velocity, where the target should be placed so that it will hit it properly. That kind of questions they will ask. So if you take here, a bomb is released from an aeroplane at height h, moving horizontally with velocity u, If r is the horizontal distance traveled by the bomb on reaching the ground, then r equal to ut, h equal to what? Half gt square. Where t is nothing but time to reach the ground, that is under root 2h by g, and the range is u into t. Same formulas. But the situation they have created like this. So like that they create one situation. Even same thing I'll tell you. Suppose there are steps. Here one ball thrown horizontal. Then this is also horizontal projectile motion. So how many steps it will cover? How much horizontal distance it will cover? That kind of questions also they will ask. Now velocity on reaching the ground. See, velocity on reaching the ground means, see, you thrown horizontally u. When it reaches the ground, u remains u, but this will become gt, vertical velocity. So it will become under root u square plus gt whole square. And t equal to this one, if you substitute, you will get u square under root u square plus 2gh, where h is the initial height from which we are projecting the body horizontally. So that is what you have to remember. Now here one more thing, if your body is projected at an angle theta from the top of the tower, see, then what you have to do is you just have to make the equation. Suppose, see, there is a tower having the height h, capital H or small h. Now you throw the body at an angle theta with horizontal, then it will go and come back, then still it will go. So now this is range. So the range equal to u cos theta into time of flight. Time of flight means time from here to here. So when it reached from here to here, the vertical displacement is minus h and the vertical acceleration is minus g. Then sy equal to uy into t plus half ay t square, where ay minus g and uy is initial vertical velocity, that will become u sin theta. So if you substitute in this equation, so this is the equation, see here. Now this is like a quadratic equation in terms of time. If you solve that quadratic equation, then you will get the time taken to reach the ground. Then if you substitute in this formula, then you will get the range of the projectile. Same case you can apply when they throw downward also, like this. It will go like this. But in this case, g will become plus. Now, this is one important case. See, what is this is, from particular height, one particle you throw like this, another particle you throw like this. Then it will go like this, it will go like this. Now, what they are asking is u1, u2 are initial velocities, then the time after which their velocities becomes perpendicular or positions becomes perpendicular means, see, this is the velocity. At particular instant, this is velocity, this is velocity. Now these two are perpendicular after this much of time. The time after which their velocities are perpendicular is this one. Or the time after which their positions. Position means, suppose particle is here means like this one. Suppose the particle is here means this is the position. Now when these two will become perpendicular, at what time? So at what time their positions are perpendicular, that is this one. At what time their velocities are perpendicular, this one. How do you find this one? You will find their position or you will find their velocities and you will take the dot product and that you will equate it to 0, because they are perpendicular means dot product must be 0. So that way you can solve the questions. This way they can ask question, one of the important model based on horizontal projectile motion. Now let's see a few questions. Based on few more things. First, I'll explain you, then you will study it. That is, the questions based on relative velocity. The questions based on relative velocity. See, it's a very simple topic according to me. The relative velocity means velocity of A minus velocity of B, but you have to take it in vector form, where The subtraction is nothing but addition. So I can write it like this. Now here in one dimension, if you consider both are moving in same direction, means the relative velocity will become VA minus VB. But if you consider two dimension, then they will have different directions. Then usually they will mention like east, west, north, south. So east, west, north, south, which you have to consider as east as I cap, east as I cap, west as minus I cap, north as J cap, south as minus J cap, upward as K cap, downward as minus K cap. So in one dimension, if both particles are moving in same direction, relative velocity will become VA minus VB or VB minus VA. If both particles are moving in opposite direction, means it will become VA plus VB. But in two dimension, you need to consider them in vector form and you need to find it. For example, one particle is moving along east direction. So V1 I cap. Now another particle is moving along north direction, V2 J cap. Now the relative velocity of 1 with respect to 2 means we will take V1 bar minus V2 bar. That is nothing but V1 bar plus minus V2 bar. So what you have to do is you have to apply triangular law of vector addition. First you draw the first vector V1 bar. Then from the end you draw the another vector. What is the another vector? Minus V2 bar. V2 bar upward means minus V2 is downward. So this will become minus V2 J cap. Now if you join the remaining two ends, this will become the relative velocity. That means this is east, this is north, now this is southeast. Southeast means between south and east. Such kind of questions they can ask you based on relative velocity. Also they will ask you questions based on rain man and river boat. So there also you will consider the same thing. Velocity of rain with respect to man means velocity of rain minus velocity of man. So velocity of rain minus velocity of man. So here again VR plus minus VM. So two simple cases I will tell. Suppose rain falling. This is VR vertically. Now you are running. So this is man velocity. Because of your velocity, what happens is the relative velocity is VR plus minus Vm. VR plus minus Vm means this is minus Vm. So now this will become VRM. So it was falling vertically because of your velocity, it bend at some angle. Or else it is falling at some angle. Now you can run with some velocity so that this will become minus Vm and you can make it vertical. So just try to understand these two situations so that this is theta. So based on this, here in first case, if you take tan theta, that is Vm by Vr, here tan theta is Vm by Vrm. So depending on the situation, either it is falling vertically, then you have to make it at some angle, or it is already falling at some angle, then you have to make it vertical. Or same thing also they will ask, in which direction you should hold the umbrella so that you can protect yourself from the rain. Such kind of questions they will ask you. Now, river boat also. See, I will tell you in a simple manner. When you consider a river of width d and a boat started at a point in a particular direction. Suppose this is the vertical direction. Now, boat started with a velocity VBR at an angle theta. That means at an angle 90 plus theta with river flow, that is VR, because this is 90. Now you will take the component VBR cos theta and this is VBR sin theta, so that it may reach opposite point or it may reach somewhere here. If it reach somewhere here, there is a drift downward the motion. They can ask that drift, or they can ask what is the time to reach other bank, or they can ask you what is the condition to reach exactly opposite point. So these are the three things usually they will ask. So first I will tell you, when the boat started from one point and reached the other point anyway, time taken formula is d by width of river by vertical component VBR cos theta. And this time will become minimum when you start your journey like this. Means you should start your journey towards opposite point. So that theta becomes 0, so cos theta becomes maximum 1. So that the t will become minimum, that is t by VBR. Cos theta becomes maximum, theta becomes minimum, so time becomes minimum. And another thing what they can ask is, you started at some angle such that you reach like this. So there is a drift along the direction of flow, and that drift value is VR minus VBR sin theta into time. Time already we have taken this. Or another one, you started at some angle such that you will reach exactly opposite point. Then the x value will become 0. Then the condition is sin theta equal to VR by VBR. So at this stage, I am just telling you three conditions. One is, what is the time in any general case? What is the minimum time? And what is the drift? And what is the condition for drift to become 0? So minimum time and drift to 0 means that is called x0. So you will reach exactly opposite point, that we call it as shortest path. So such kind of questions they can ask based on Rainman and Riverboat. Let's solve these 2-3 questions so that we'll end here. Then we'll continue in the next class. Now first thing, a car runs along horizontal path at a speed 20 meters per second. The driver observes the rain hitting his car at 60 degrees to the vertical. If the rain is actually falling vertically, the speed of the raindrop is nearly. See, they are asking that the driver observed the rain hitting the car at 60 degrees. That means, see here, the relative velocity of the rain is at an angle 60 degrees with vertical. This is VRM. Now, if the rain is actually falling vertically, so it is actually falling vertically, and because of your velocity, so you are going like this. So this is actually VR. Now, because of your velocity, that means let's take this is VM minus VM. This is VM. So it became like it is at some angle theta. Now the actual rain velocity means VR they are asking. Here what they are given is VM. So car velocity nothing but man velocity. So VM value is 20 meter per second they have given. Then they are asking the driver observe the rain. So the actual speed of rain means VR is how much. So VR is how much means what you will take here. VR they are asking. VM they have given. So tan 60 if you take opposite VM by VR. Then you can find it. So as I said, such kind of questions, if it is falling vertically, you can make it at some angle. If it is falling at some angle, you can make it vertical. Such kind of questions. So please try to practice as many as possible. Now, one more question. A person walking with some velocity in rain feels that the relative velocity of rain is equal to twice his velocity. So VRM is twice that of man velocity. At what angle with the vertical he should hold his umbrella? So a person walking with some velocity in rain feels that the relative velocity is twice, and at what angle with the vertical he should hold his umbrella. Now he should hold umbrella in the direction of VRM. So at an angle theta. Now this is VRM and this is VM. Now they have given the relation between VRM and VM. So here if you take the triangle, then I can take sin theta. Sin theta is VM by VRM. So VM by VRM is 1 by 2. So sin theta 1 by 2 means theta is how much? 30 degrees. Now one question based on the river boat. Let's take. A boat moves relative to water with velocity half as that of river flow. So the boat velocity, that is VBR, is half that of river velocity. To minimize drifting, the boat should move at this angle. So minimize drift means x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, what is the condition I have given? Sin theta equal to VR by VBR. So VR by VBR is a boat moves relative to water with a velocity half as that of river flow to minimize the drifting. Wait. So the boat should be moved at this angle with the stream direction. Boat moves relative to water with a velocity half as that of river flow. Now here they have given something wrong, because the velocity of boat with respect to river is half of the river velocity they are telling. And here we have taken the condition sin theta equal to VR by VBR. And according to the given data, VR by VBR is coming to, that is greater than 2. That is not at all possible. So it should come reverse. That means they should have given the relation opposite, so that here sin theta will become 1 by 2, then theta will become 30 degrees, so that he should start the journey like this, 30. So this is VR. So this is 90 plus 30. What is the total angle will become? 120. So such kind of questions, they can ask simple questions based on relative velocity in case of river boat and in case of rainman. So try to solve as many questions as possible, and we will continue in the coming class all the things, remaining things. So we'll begin the laws of motion in the coming class.